Is there any Hida for a woman that sought Khulu?
Khul'u is unfortunately common now. Unfortunately. And it is something that the Prophet ﷺ has warned against. Khul'u is a woman's asking her husband to release her from the marriage. That is the meaning of khul'u itself. Like you remove your shoes. If you remove your shoe, khala'ata al-hida. So you remove your leg from the shoe. Don't forget, you bought your shoe. I'm talking about the linguistic meaning of khulu. If you have a shoe, you bought the shoe, you wore the shoe, you can choose to release the shoe. So khulu is releasing somebody, releasing your wife. She will request that she wants to be freed. So you release her. You allow her go rather than remaining in an act, remaining literally tied to you in marriage, connected to you in marriage. You free her. But khul'u usually arises from a woman to her husband. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he referred to the women who ask for khul'u without genuine reasons. He said they are munafiqat. He said al-mukhtali'at. Hunna al-munafiqat. Al-mukhtali'at. Women who seek khul'u. This hadith was collected by Abu Huraira. It occurs in the Musnad of Al-Imam Ahmad. It's a hadithun hasan. There are a lot of discussions regarding the isnad. It is the hadith of Al-Hasan al-Basri from Abu Huraira. So this hadith, the ulama say it is hasan, bi'idhnillah. So al-mukhtali'at hunna al-munafiqat. They are the real hypocrites, the Prophet said so. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So who are mukhtali'at? Women who seek khul'u for flimsy reasons. No genuine reason. She just looks left and right. So it's affecting her mental. The next thing she sends a letter to the husband. Release me. It is the slightest excuse today. My mental, she was going out of the marriage. Your mental condition that makes you understand the next step to take. So for the sake of Allah, women should be patient with marriage. There have always not been any time in the history of mankind when challenges don't come in marriage. Marriage is always fraught with challenges. Marriage, as you are marrying, you start thinking about the days of challenge. There is no challenge-free marriage anywhere. Did you not see the wives of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Allah said, "Asa rabbuhu in talaqakunna an yubdilahu azwajan khayran minkun." If you, the wives of the Prophet, Asa rabbuhu, his Lord, the Lord of Muhammad alayhi salatu, in talaqakun. If the Prophet ever proceeds and divorces you, Asa, the certain thing is that his Lord, yubdilakum, he is going to, and yubdila, who is going to change for him azwajan, my wives. He will change you. The Prophet will release you, and Allah will replace you with some kinds of women who are Muslimat, mu'minat, like that. Qanitatin, abidatin, sa'ihatin, sayyibatin, wabakara. So it means divorce is something that might have emerged also from the house of the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam. And Omar radiallahu anhu reported that طلق النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم حفصة. The Prophet divorced Hafsa alayhi salatu wasalam. ثم راجعها. Then later on he took her back. So marriages have things that can lead to divorce truly, or things that can lead to khul'u truly. But when it is not really genuine, when it is not really any serious thing, then the whole institution becomes a thing of play, like Al Imam Shafi'i said, rahimahullah. And it is not lawful to make divorce and khul'u and nikah to become something people do and undo just as they will. The same way we will not allow anybody to just get married at will like that. No laws followed and obeyed. The same way you cannot get out of marriage just like that at will without following the restrictions of the Sharia. No one of them is lawful. Either getting into marriage without following the legislations or getting out of marriage without following the restrictions. And it is very, very important. So if a woman asks her husband for khul'u for a genuine reason, maybe the man does not pray. You hardly hear things like this. A woman asks for khul'u. Why are you asking for khul'u? My husband does not pray. Have you seen that? Oh, he delays salah. Have you heard that? Oh, my husband disrespects his mother. I can't live under that kind of a man. Have you heard things like that? Oh, my husband, he lies. He tells lies. Have you heard things like that? Women will be managing things like this. And in fact, I have heard it before. A woman, sister had a wife who was drinking alcohol. Or the husband committed zina. These are very valid reasons, may Allah protect all of us, for a woman to seek to be released in khul'u, in marriage. But many times the cases are small cases, cases you call small, simple disagreements that can be resolved. The woman comes up to ask for khul'u. But if it is for a genuine reason, if she asks for khul'u, then it remains with the man to grant the khul'u, that is to accept her request to go out of the marriage. So if he accepts or he rejected and the woman proceeds to the court of Sharia, so that the court of Sharia can investigate the case and compel the man to accept the request for khul'u. Look at that scenario. The man rejected. The woman will go to the courts of Sharia, state her reasons for seeking khul'u, and then the court can compel the man using the instruments of law, compel the man to release the woman in khul'u. Now, if the woman is released, is there iddah for her? There are two scenarios. In one scenario of khul'u, there will be a waiting period. In another scenario of khul'u, there will not be a waiting period. And the two of them occur in one single hadith. The hadith is usually referred to as Hadith Uthman ibn Affan radiyallahu anhu. Regarding an incident like that, the hadith occurs in Sunan Abi Dawud. So if the man and the woman, they stay together, and within the last 1 month before the khul'u, within the last 1 month before the khul'u, they had private intercourse, actual sexual intercourse. In that circumstance, the woman will wait to have menstruation before she leaves. The woman would wait to have a menstruation before she leaves. Within 1 month from the date of khul'u, if the woman and the man had intercourse within 1 month of that period, the woman will wait to have one menstruation. Maybe the khul'u happened today, and then she menstruates the following day, she can go. Once she menstruates after the khul'u, she can go. That is if they'd been together in the same house, going forth and backwards, and then they had intercourse within 1 month period, within one period of purity. But if they did not, they were in a quarrel. Husband is in the east, wife is in the west, quarreling first month, second month, third month, and all of that. And then it ends up in khul'u. Then the woman will not have any idda at all. No idda at all. One of the differences between talaq and khul'u is that in talaq, whether first, second, or third, there is what? Idda. But in khul'u, there is no idda unless the man and the woman had had intercourse within the period when she was pure. And that would mean that the menstruation is to ascertain that the likelihood of a pregnancy is very, very, very little. Because the implication of that is that once she has, if a woman has khul'u today from one husband, she can marry another man immediately. So that's why if they had had intercourse within 1 month, within the period of purity, that khul'u occurs, she will wait until she menstruates. It is some sort of an indication that the woman is not pregnant. And the meaning is that once the husband grants the khul'u, the woman can marry almost immediately. Almost immediately, she's free. She's available, let me say, for marriage to another man. I hope that it is clear about Yusuf. Khul'u may have idda with it. It may not have, if you like to call it that word idda. In khul'u, if within the period of purity when that khul'u occurred, the man had intercourse, it's another difference between talaq and khul'u. If it were talaq, you can't give talaq to a woman inside a purity, that is menstrual purity, you had intercourse with her. A man, his wife completed menses. He had intercourse with her. You can't give her talaq within that period, but she can ask for khul'u and you can grant that khul'u within that period. She can ask for khul'u, you can grant that khul'u within that period. If it so happens, she has to wait to menstruate before she leaves. But if it is not like that, maybe they've even been in the house, but for months, no sexual intercourse, no interactions like this, then once the khul'u is granted, the woman is free from the man immediately, and then she can take up and start up another marriage. I hope that it is clear. One more part of khul'u is that whatever the husband had given that woman as her mahar at the time of marriage, the woman would have to return it to the man. If you got anything in marriage, if there is khul'u, you have to return whatever you have collected to your last husband from whom you are seeking khul'u. I also hope that this is clear too. I usually take time to explain these matters because they happen a lot and a lot of mix-ups come around them. May Allah protect us.